you're going to have to read it out.
During that segment of the meeting, if you have a question or comment for the deputy supervisor, please raise your hand and wait to be acknowledged. Please state your full name and limit your remarks to 3 minutes. Participate in cooperation.
Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's stay standing for a moment of silence for those who fought for the freedoms that we enjoy today. Okay. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make the motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
Motion to approve the minutes from the June 23rd, 2025 Town Board meeting.
I make that motion.
Second.
Authorize the payment of the bills in the amount of $445,659.88.
I authorize to pay the bills.
And second it.
Anybody have any comments on tonight's agenda? Oh, all in favor of paying on the bills?
Aye.
Sorry,
I'm sorry, who's second item 5, the bills?
going too fast.
The bills? Come on, we're going to beat that 11 men.
Okay, does anybody have any comments on tonight's agenda?
No.
Reports of departments and boards. All the board members were sent, the department emailed the department reports. Does anyone have any comments on them? I do have an additional report from Meet Me in Marlborough. July 7th, they sent this, their board report for the month. Meet Me in Marlborough is hosting a series of networking events throughout the year to help our members, local business owners, network with their fellow Marlborough and Hudson Valley business owners. Meet Me in Marlborough will be holding its third networking and informational event on Wednesday, August 6th at 5:30 p.m. at Du Bois Farms, the tavern. We're excited for Meet Me in Marlborough's second networking to have the opportunity to partner with 2 of our nearby Hudson Valley organizations, Esopus Business Alliance and the Gardner Association of Business, for a mega mixer on June 23rd. This event gave Meet Me in Marlborough the opportunity to provide our members the chance to meet and promote their businesses with other business owners in the Hudson Valley. The MMIM First Networking event was held in January at the Community Center. It was an evening filled with important marketing information to increase traffic flow, sales to your business, and help make it a successful new year for everyone, with special speakers Chuck Benfer from Pamal Broadcasting, and Chris Schneider, Chronogram Media. We invite local businesses, civic groups, school groups, not-for-profits, and organizations to participate in the upcoming fun community events. For more information, please visit our website and click the special tabs event. They've got a Sunday date to be determined in September. They're going to have a flea market. October 4th, the Bounty Festival. November 22nd, the Buy Local Thanksgiving Farmers Market at Marlborough Elementary School. So that's their, I think it's their first half of the year report. The next item, we have a presentation from Lindsay Lennon. Is Lindsay here? Okay. She's going to be talking about, she's concerned, as a lot of us are, about 9W, safety on 9W. So Lindsay would like to start possibly a committee to review some of the issues that we have on 9W, which we all are well aware, some of the turning lanes and stuff. So Lindsay, if you can come up here and tell the board what your ideas are to move this forward, I think we'd be very happy about that. You could use that microphone and that stand right there. Yep.
Good evening. Thank you for inviting me here tonight. I reached out to the supervisor about this and was really pleased to hear back from him very quickly and to hear that he was receptive to this idea. So I see that I'm on the agenda as a presentation, but as I've just begun work on this project, I have nothing tangible to present just yet, but my hope is that this will change rapidly in the coming months. I'll try to keep this as brief as possible because the concerns I bring to the board tonight are undoubtedly familiar to all of you as residents of Marlborough, and I know you've been trying to address them for many years. But simply put, drastic changes are needed on Route 9W, both in our town and in the town of Newburgh. The situation has become deadly, and I don't use that word hyperbolically. People are dying, children are dying, parents are dying, motorists and pedestrians are dying. 2 days ago, I made a post on the Marlborough Milton Moms and Dads group on Facebook that read, "If you've experienced an auto accident on Route 9W in Marlborough or Milton that you feel could have been prevented with better/safer conditions, a turning lane, a lower speed limit, a traffic light, etc., please reach out to me. I'm embarking on a project and I need your stories." In just 2 days, the post has generated 102 comments and I've been inundated with private messages. While much of the feedback amounts to observations and suggestions, several others cite actual incidents that have resulted in a range of negative outcomes, from property damage to injuries and deaths. Here's a small sampling of some of the comments I received. Quote, "I don't say hate a lot, but I hate 9W. It has caused me to want to move from Milton a number of times. It's a waiting game for someone else to die on that horrible road," end quote. Quote, "My kid is growing up without his mother due to not having a turning lane on 9W. I just hope and pray no other kids have to also." End quote. Quote, "In January, my car was totaled because someone didn't yield. If a traffic light would have been there, the accident wouldn't have happened," end quote. And the list goes on and on and on. I and many others understand Route 9W is a state road and that the town has attempted to remedy the severity of the situation with the State Department of Transportation to no avail. We recognize the town has its hands somewhat tied in their ability to meaningfully address this, and unfortunately, in casual conversations with other residents, it's all too easy to simply throw our hands up and concede that nothing can be done. For years, I've been asking myself, what can I do as a plain old civilian with kids and a day job to send a resounding message to New York State that we will no longer apathetically accept these deadly conditions as inevitable? So, as a longtime reporter and communications professional, one thing I know how to do is to gather information, present it in a digestible and cohesive way, and attempt to get said information in front of the right eyeballs. And as a trained journalist, I also have no shame being persistent and annoying to get the answers I seek. Therefore, what I request of the board today is your cooperation, assistance, and support as I officially launch a public information campaign I'm calling Safe 9W. So far, I've set up an email address and I've purchased the web domain safe9w.org. And in the coming months, I'll be digging up all the information I can to create an organized, one-stop internet resource to share with anyone who can help us elevate our voices. The press, our representatives in the county legislature, Senate, Assembly, Congress, even the governor. I'm gathering personal stories, police reports, documentation of past traffic studies, the town's communications with the DOT, such as the 2018 Route 9W Corridor Management Plan that Gail Appler graciously provided to me, and I'll be sharing this information as widely and loudly as possible with the people who need to hear it. I also plan to have signage created and even pursue paid advertising to ensure our pleas are heard. Now, I know this is cliche, but I'd like to close with a somewhat overused quote from the famed anthropologist Margaret Mead. "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has." However, we're not trying to change the world here. We're trying to change a relatively small stretch of road that we often have no choice but to travel, to get to work, to bring our kids to school and activities, to run errands, to enjoy the rich life that Marlborough offers. And traveling this road has become a harrowing experience for far too many of us. I know this could potentially take many years, but I'm willing to fight for as long as it takes. Thank you again for your cooperation and willingness to help me in this effort.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions?
I think it's a great endeavor, and I think it's needed. Jerry, do you have any, you're out there for everything. I mean, I'm in the fire department, so we see, you know.
It is a good endeavor. I just worry that the amount of pressure we put on the state DOT to have changes made are all shot down and countered with, we like to put a bike lane, which is utterly ridiculous. More attention to it, you know, just don't know, really not going on. For sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
I have a couple of questions. Have you approached the school board at all? Because I think in the morning, what's going on there is ridiculous, and that causes a lot of your problems right there.
Yeah.
Have you approached the school board at all?
You are my first step.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you notice the morning, I mean, that's crazy over there.
Oh, it's, yeah.
I mean, my kids walk to school. I mean,
Yeah. I have a child in the elementary school, I'm about to have two, and I fully agree.
yeah, I mean, they block the whole 9W.
Yeah, yeah, I know. And, you know, I couldn't help but notice in the document that I was provided, the 2018 corridor management study, it was proposed to, at the very least, implement school zone speed limits, and I mean, from what I can see, that hasn't even been done. I don't know if that would address the congestion issues that you're raising, but.
We were trying to get the distance between Milton on 9W, where Milton, the town of Milton is,
Yeah.
reduced to 45 miles an hour.
Yeah.
We weren't able to get that done, Jerry, if I'm correct. I mean, that.
Yeah, they wanted from Milton Turnpike to Perkinsville to be
Yeah, 'cause it was
45
still 9W.
and possibly turn lanes, but they turned us down based on their reports of
They
accidents.
need more accidents.
Yeah, which is crazy. There seems to be a lot of driveways in and out. I came across, I was at the firehouse the other day cleaning out correspondence from years ago. And from 1985, the fire chief wrote a letter to the state DOT requesting, this was before there was a light here, requesting a 40-mile-an-hour zone from Milton Turnpike to Perkinsville, and of course, at the time, a traffic light. And they didn't get the traffic light until 5 years later when Stewart's was built. So, I mean, we had a ton of bad accidents, but it goes back decades. And I think, I know Scott's going to want some input on this, and I mean, if in the future, if they want to form a committee, probably would be the best way to go about an actual committee, forming a committee might be down the road.
So what is the objective of this committee forming? What are you trying to do, like get the whole corridor of 9W and in different points and come up with safety issues? I'm trying to...
I know a lot of that has already been done, and like you said, has fallen on deaf ears on the state level. I hadn't actually proposed a committee, but I'm absolutely open to the idea, and I'll need all the help I can get. What I am hoping to work on is basically a website and a general public information campaign where you can find all of this information going back years, going back decades, the repeated attempts, the repeated shoot-downs of what we're asking for, just so it's all in one place. And then to disseminate that information to anybody and everybody who can help us and who can bring those concerns to the appropriate people. I think sometimes it goes a long way to have that information coming from citizens as well as government. And the more personal stories I can collect and the more eyeballs I can get on this website. I'm not saying that it's going to happen overnight, and as I said, I'm fully prepared for this to take years if possible, but I'm not going anywhere, and I'll see it through, and even if that comes with a lot of letdowns and failures, we just have to keep trying.
I mean, it's good if you let, like, people vent in their frustration, but you do know that 9W is not owned by Marlborough, it's owned by the state, so there's very little that we can do. I mean, even reducing the speed limit, you have to go through a whole protocol with and get their approvals.
Yeah, and I did make it clear to the supervisor when I reached out about this that I understand that there's only so much in the town's control here, and that me putting forth this effort is in no way pointing fingers at anybody in the town and accusing anybody of not standing up for us and not trying to do what's right, because I fully recognize that you have, and this is really just an effort to add more voices to your effort and amplify our voices and hopefully get an organized, cohesive place. In this case, a website, but it can be more than that. And just disperse it to as many people who need to see it as possible.
I tell you, food for thought, another thing that you probably maybe piggyback on this is that that's one of the relief that we could get for the congestion on 9W if there is another bridge. Because right now the population has grown so much and the traffic and at the point of Newburgh and the hub of Newburgh and the hub of Poughkeepsie and just getting across. So if there is another bridge, if we could maybe get New York State and, you know, poke them and say, hey, think about another bridge, that also could help the congestion on 9W and be able to relieve some of that congestion, because right now we're in desperate need, in my opinion, of another bridge. So maybe you could piggyback something with that, and especially if you're gonna get the ears of New York State involved, because you need to start poking them and make sure that they listen to, you know, I guess our outcries here, because it is being something that is frustrating for sure.
I agree. I've been living in the area since 2003, and I can't remember the congestion on the Mid-Hudson Bridge ever being as bad as it is today. I mean, sitting in bumper-to-bumper traffic in the middle of a Wednesday. So I completely agree. I don't know, I know that they've been talking about addressing that cloverleaf on the other side of the river, that disastrous area where you're trying to get off the bridge onto Route 9. But so often these conversations, I feel, just go in circles. You know, we express what we need, what we want, that people are dying and getting injured, and then it just seems to die on the floor. And my expectations are not that we're going to fix this overnight, quickly, even within 5 years. It's going to be a long, hard battle, but I think we just need to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, Lindsay, I think it's a great idea, and anytime a citizen wants to get involved in something like this, it's only benefits the greater good. So I would fully support the effort. I'll help you personally in any way that I can, so just keep me posted and loop me in on whatever you need. But, you know, we all sat here 2 years ago when the poor woman lost her life turning into Young's, and we contacted the state at that time and made every effort that we could to put pressure for several solutions on this road, and you're absolutely right that it's fallen on deaf ears. I know the state is concerned about keeping the traffic flowing, which, you know, it is valid in some ways, but not at the expense of people's safety. So I think it's a great idea, fully support, and happy to help in any way I can.
Thank you so much. And truth be told, that incident her son is a friend of my daughter, and that is kind of what lit the fire, so to speak,
Yeah.
for me personally. So I've just been trying to think of a way that I could mobilize ever since that happened, on their behalf and really on behalf of all of us, so
Good.
Yeah, agreed.
thank you.
Anyone else? No. Thank you, Lindsay. We need more people interested to do things like this
Yeah.
in the town, so. And anyone that's ever sat at Willow Tree Road trying to make a left has prayed for a turn-in lane, so. We'll be in touch. All right, thank you. Thank you. Old business, is anyone, do we have any old business? I don't have anything.
Not old business, Gail, but I guess we could probably just say for the record that the first concert in the park happened on Friday. I was personally not there. I'm still pretty bitter about that, but I heard that it was a wonderful time with a great turnout. There were, I guess, some comments, some feedback from citizens about the ADA accessible parking at the park during the concerts, which is a valid concern, I would say, although it's a little bit tricky in that space to place everything so that everyone is safe there. So just an acknowledgement of those comments and the fact that the Recreation Committee and the Highway Department and the Police Department are working collectively on adding some ADA accessible spaces at the top of the paved walkway for the next concert.
Great, and thanks to our rec committee, they do an amazing job. All their events are like nothing we've ever had in this town before, so thank you. Moving on to new business. Any new business from anyone? Okay, no new business. I have some correspondence that Scott left. First one is from the League of Women Voters of the Mid-Hudson region to the board of the town of Marlborough, New York. The League respectfully requests that the board waive the fee for the use of the Milton train station, which we have reserved for the town clerk, for a membership gathering on Tuesday, September 9th, 2025. We used the space several years ago, pre-pandemic, and the board members have hoped to get back there ever since. It was a beautiful and very comfortable spot that created happy memories. As you know, we are a nonprofit, strictly nonpartisan organization and a local chapter of the League of Women Voters of New York State and the League of Women Voters of the U.S. The national and state leagues grew directly out of the women's suffrage organization in the 1920s and has ever since been educating women and men about voting and other ways to participate in their government. Thank you for considering this request. You can contact me, such and so. They're requesting to waive the use of fees for the Milton train station. Anyone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to waive the fees for the train station.
Second.
Oh, yeah. Any opposed?
No.
So carried. As you both know, I'm currently, this is Chief Kokoza in general. What is this? This is the police chief. As you both know, I'm currently processing with the Town of Poughkeepsie Police Department. They have given me a conditional offer as long as I can continue to pass everything. I don't have an official academy start date, but it will most likely begin at the end of August. With that being said, I am ready to formally resign from my position as a dispatcher effective August 1st, 2025. Sincerely, Jenna Galasso.
You were doing good.
Anybody else want to read this? You read that?
Sure. Okay, this is addressed to Amanda Meyer, Deputy Town Clerk. Dear Ms. Meyer and town board members, it is our understanding that for town residents leading and representing a nonprofit organization for a charity event, that the community center facility rental fee may be waived with the approval of the town board. This letter serves as a request for approval of use of the facility to be granted with the knowledge that the event space is needed for a fundraising charity auction benefiting Mid-Hudson Animal Aid on an available date in November 2025. My wife and I, residing at 32 Vineyard Lane in the town of Marlborough, are volunteers and active executive board members for MHAA since 1991. Mid-Hudson Animal Aid is a truly unique no-kill cat sanctuary in service to the abandoned and abused cats in the Mid-Hudson Valley since 1979. Mid-Hudson Animal Aid was founded on the premise that all animals deserve a chance in a loving, permanent home with affection, attention, good health, and supportive care for the entire life of the animal. MHAA depends on donations and does not receive any municipal funding, though they provide a tremendous service to animals and to the community, including the town of Marlborough. Over the years, MHAA has been out in the community advocating for animals and supporting cat ownership through adoptions and education. We seek to educate the public about population control, feral cats, diseases, parasites, health care, and good, responsible, lifelong pet care. The charity auction event is our largest fundraiser of the year and was successfully held in the Marlborough Community Center in November of 2024. We are a registered 501c3, New York Charity 500, number 16-15-12, and then they give their employee identification number, which I'm not going to read. Organization documents and filings can be provided upon request. We are hoping for approval of rental fee waiver at the July 14th town board meeting. With gratitude, Don Petricola. I'll make the motion to waive the fee for the MHAA to use the community center in November for their charity event.
Second.
I'll second it.
And I did not know about that organization, so.
The next one is, Dear Supervisor Corcoran, the Marlborough Fire District will be on the agenda for the Planning Board in the coming months for the purpose of the approvals concerning the firehouse addition and renovation project. We are kindly requesting that the Town of Marlborough Planning Board application fees be waived for the fire district. Thank you for your time and consideration on this matter. So can I get a motion to waive the fees for the Marlborough Fire District?
I have no issue with that, but is that normal operating procedure? Has that been done before? Do we know?
I believe the Milton Fire District may have done it for their, yeah.
Okay. I'm fine with it.
So we got a motion and a second.
I'll second.
All okay?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So carried. Yeah, I know. So many correspondence. Okay, the Marlborough Free Library strives to provide access to information and opportunities for lifelong learning for the 13,256 individuals residing within the Marlborough Central School District. Through dynamic programming, the library has the ability to connect its patrons to resources that engage, educate, and empower. Beginning in late summer of 2025, the library will undergo construction that will temporarily eliminate access to our community room, limiting our ability to host public programs on site. In light of this, the Marlborough Free Library respectfully requests the use of the Milton train station free of charge on Monday, September 29th, from 5:30 to 7:30 to host an adult education program for the public. The event titled Riverside Moguls, Wealth and Power in New York's Hudson Valley, Part 2, Titans of Industry, presented by historian Alex Prisgintis. The program will enrich the community's understanding of regional history. We greatly appreciate your consideration and support in helping us continue to serve the public during this transitional period. So can I get a motion to approve this?
I'll make that motion to allow the library to use the train station free of charge.
Second.
All approve?
Yes.
Yes.
That is the end of my correspondence. Next on to public comments. Does anyone here have any public comments? Oh, nothing from Mickey.
I have a request. You had mentioned that 2 years ago you had reached out to the DOT after the accident turning to Baltic. Would you be able to send me that correspondence and possibly how they responded?
Yeah, Scott was the one that sat down with them, so he'll have that information. So just email him tonight. He'll be back Wednesday, tomorrow, Wednesday, yeah. So just email him, and I'm sure he'd probably like to sit down with you too, okay? Oh, resolutions. Resolution number 67, it's to appoint 2025 summer camp counselors. Deputy Supervisor Appler proposes the following. Be it resolved that the following employees be appointed to the 2025 summer camp. Camp Directors Melanie Onito, Gail Tronsolito, and Dawn Macario. Health Director Nicole Trapani. Adult Counselors Dylan Harshberger, Stephen Mazza, Emma Jackson, Lily Sullivan, Emily Height. Senior Counselors Berenice Robinson, Amelia Dotto, Jenna Garachi, Camille Podhaski, and Kaylee Cachudo. Youth Counselors Josephine Werba, Danervo Zhu, Gianna Fiore, Samantha Malik, and we move for its adoption.
Councilmember Malinelli?
Okay.
Yes. What?
Councilmember Malinelli?
Yes.
Councilmember Sessa?
Yes.
Councilmember Cowkey?
Yes.
Councilmember Zambito?
Yes.
The next ones are, we have to approve the short environmental assessment form, Part 2 and Part 3, for our county ARPA fund grant for the fencing and lights at Young's Field and the park. This was sent to the board members. I don't need to read the EAF Part 1 and 2, but I'm going to need a motion and a second to adopt this.
I will make the motion to adopt the short environmental assessment form for the park and the project at Young's.
I'll second.
Danielle, can we have a roll call for a vote?
Councilman Malinelli?
Yes.
Councilman Cowkey?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sessa?
Yes.
Councilman Zambito?
Yes.
Thank you. The next one is resolution number 68, which is to approve the negative declaration for the same. This is the SECRA negative declaration and notice of determination of non-significance. I'll read a couple blurbs here and then we're going to move forward with this. Whereas the Town of Marlborough Town Board has been designated as the lead agency under the State Environmental Quality Review Act, SECRA, for purposes of, among other things, issuance of a determination of significance with respect to the project and set of actions identified herein below. Whereas on April 8th, 2024, the Town of Marlborough and the County of Ulster entered into a contract, herein the contract, in accordance with the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 and the Coronavirus State and Local Fiscal Recovery Fund, which authorized the County of Ulster to issue funds to municipalities as sub-recipients in response to the public health emergency with respect to COVID-19. Whereas under the contract, Ulster County was to provide a $100,000 grant to the Town of Marlborough to fund improvements at Young's Park and Cluett Chance Park in Marlborough, New York. And whereas this grant money funded purchase and installation of new energy-efficient field lighting at Young's Park and purchase and installation of energy-efficient lighting, installation of outfield fencing, expansion of backstop and infield, pitcher's mound, and addition of league-appropriate bases. So whereas we're going to go through and I need a motion to approve this SECRA negative declaration.
I'll make the motion to approve the SECRA negative declaration.
I'll second.
And Danielle, can we have a roll call for this vote?
Councilperson Manikowski?
Yes.
Councilperson Sharon Sessa?
Yes.
Councilperson Ed Malinelli?
Yes.
Councilperson Dave Zambito?
Yes.
And if no one has anything else, we will move forward with a motion for adjournment.
Eddie, you're up.
It's time to adjourn at 7:40.
You got it.
Second.
Second.
Okay, thank you all.